Jonathan Broder is a Washington-based senior writer for Newsweek magazine, and I spoke with him about President Xi's visit to Russia, specifically his speech in which he talked of multilateralism and referred to President Trump as his friend.
I'm not surprised that President Xi called Trump his friend. Trump also calls Xi his friend, but that doesn't mean that they're any closer to a deal right now. I think that both sides are trying to warily keep in touch with each other and keep relations on an even keel, but they still have some very, very difficult issues to work through on the trade front and also on the technology front with Huawei.
Is there anything that stood out to you in Xi's speech?
Probably the most important part for an American audience. The issue of trade is quite important, but also I think that the issue of Chinese and Russian relations is something that American officials are paying very close attention to. The strain in relations between the United States and China, I think, is one of the factors that is bringing Russia and China closer together. Both Russia and China have strained relations with the United States.
Now, President Vladimir Putin had a markedly different tone in his address, criticizing the U.S. tariffs, treatment of Huawei. What do you think his message is at this international economic forum?
Well, as you know, the Americans have really not shown up for this international forum. The American ambassador is boycotting it because of the house arrest of an American investor in Moscow. I think what Putin is trying to do is point to to deliver a statement that is very much pro-Chinese, and pointing out that Russia sides with China when it comes to the dispute between the United States and China over Huawei.
We know that these two presidents will be seeing each other again in the coming weeks. Their next meeting at the Shanghai Cooperation Organization and then at the G20 in Japan. Are Xi and Putin on the same page? Is this some momentum going forward?
I think it is. I mean, I think, you know, after the issue with the Ukraine and after the West imposed sanctions on Russia back in 2014, Russia made a strategic decision to pivot toward the East. As President Xi has said, Russia is the country that Xi has visited the most of all of his foreign visits. I think he's visited Russia, he said, 30 times, and he's got a very close personal relationship with Putin. And I think that the two countries are going to try to build on that. Now, what the Russians would like to see is more Chinese foreign investment in Russia. Right now, it amounts to about, I think, $110 million, which really isn't very much. I think the Russians would like to see more. At the same time, China has become Russia's #1 trading partner. In the other direction, Russia is China's 10th largest trading partner. So I think that Russia would like to see more on that front, but I think that is the direction that they're going.
Jonathan Broder, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it.
My pleasure.